Hi everyone and welcome to my page. My name is Kieran Rose and I am the Autistic Advocate. You don't see me on video hosting things very often, but we are doing a very special event this week and possibly for a few weeks more because I am joined by an extra special guest, or two extra special guests really. I am joined by Nick and Zoe. Now Zoe, would you like to introduce you and your mum and tell us all about yourselves?
Hi, I'm Zoe. This is my mum. I'm an autistic girl who goes to school and all that. I'm openly autistic to my friend and came out about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago.
And how did your friends take that? Did they accept that and were they happy for you? And
yeah,
cool. That's brilliant. Okay, how old are you, Zoe?
10.
You're 10. You're the same age as my oldest son, aren't you? You're in the same year group, different schools, but same year group.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Now, Zoe, you have prepared an extra special event for everybody, haven't you? Would you like to tell us about what you've prepared for us?
So, I've spent some time making questions that I'm going to pick out of different groups. There's going to be a theme for each video, and there's going to be about five, 6 or 7 questions in a pot, depending on how many questions I was able to think of, and we'll pull them out and read them, and we'll answer them one at a time.
Excellent. Okay then. So if this goes well, we're going to do more, aren't we? We're going to keep doing this for as long as we can. And this is really good, isn't it? Because things are hard at the moment, aren't they? With all the virus stuff going around and being stuck at home. And
Making a coffee.
I've heard you'll be making coffee really, really well. You've become an expert at it now.
Yeah, they're like when's 11 o'clock, when's 4 o'clock, because they get coffee at 11, get 11 at 4.
So mum and dad will be bouncing off the walls when they have that.
Depends how much.
Tired.
It depends how tired we are in the first place.
Okay. Should we get started?
Yep.
Go on then. So who's picking? Are you picking or is mum picking?
I'll pick.
You're going to pick.
Make sure I got one. Are autistic people intellectually disabled? Let's pick it again.
Big one.
That's a huge one to start. For anyone that doesn't know, intellectual disabilities, otherwise known as learning disabilities, and that's when someone is cognitively impaired for some reason and it affects their learning as they grow. So, Zoe, do you want to answer that question? Do you want to start, and maybe we'll have a little chat about what it is?
No, we're autistic people. Well, not all of them. So, no, not all autistic people are intellectually disabled. Some of us are really clever. We find learning easy. Sometimes it's just the social bit that we find a bit tricky. I actually find mental arithmetic easier than written on paper, and sometimes I want harder lessons. And yeah.
So not all autistic people are intellectually disabled or have a learning disability. Okay. Do you know any of the percentages around? Do you know how many autistic people they think have got learning disabilities?
No.
No? Well, at the minute, research is kind of saying it's anywhere between 20 and 40%. So actually the majority of autistic people don't have a learning disability. So, but it's kind of, it's hard, isn't it? Because lots of learning disabled people really need extra support, and quite often their voices don't get heard because some people are non-speakers and some people are non-verbal and so on and so on. So it's really hard, isn't it? Awesome. Right. Do you want to move on to the next question?
Yep. Do autistic people look autistic?
Look autistic.
No. In fact, but just because we don't look disabled or autistic doesn't mean we're not. I mean, one time I struggled with queues, so I was at Alton Towers. It's a amusement park for anyone who doesn't know. And I was queuing in the disabled queue because I wanted to get on a ride, and then there was a long queue. And this man, he came up to us and said, "You don't look disabled." and it really hurts because even if I don't look it, I still am.
Absolutely. And it's yeah. No, nobody looks autistic, do we? We don't. It's because we're people, the same as everybody else, and does anybody look anything? That's the thing, isn't it? And it's really hard as well because autism doesn't care about skin color or race or anything like that, does it? Because it affects all of us. You know, you can be autistic and can be anybody on the planet could be autistic.
Yeah.
So how can you look autistic if you could be anybody?
Exactly.
Exactly.
What a strange thing for people to think.
Yeah. On my website. Are all autistic people introverted? No, not all autistic people are introverted. Some of us,
Extrovert.
me, some of us are extroverted, and some of us just like to bounce on rubber things that we find in the front room,
Like the peanut.
like the peanut.
It's not just about you being extroverted sensory wise though. You will go and talk to
Whoever.
everyone.
I'll go to whoever.
You'll go to whoever. It's quite a good question at the minute as well, because some autistic people are getting quite cross because there's an assumption that all autistic people across the planet are really happy to be locked in their homes right now and not seeing anybody. But lots of autistic people need to see other people and need to have that kind of social, well, all humans really do to some level. But lots of autistic people are really struggling at the moment with being trapped in their houses. And I know you guys as a family, you go out a lot, don't you? And go to lots of different, you go to the countryside a lot and things, don't you? And stuff.
Yeah.
And so that must be really hard for you at the moment.
Yeah, really is.
Yeah, I think definitely the little one, the toddler, isn't understanding why we're off school and
We're
then
not going out.
not going out, because we do go out
Yeah.
every day.
She doesn't understand why we're not going to Whole Hill Farms and why we're stuck from going from house to garden to house to garden. And she can't understand the coronavirus. She can't understand anything that's going on yet, and it's really hard.
It is, and yeah, we're having to really sort of like separate our day and really sort of plan activities into it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And when you've got a lot of energy to burn, that's difficult when you're stuck in four walls, isn't it? That's a hard one. It really is a hard one. And that's I mean, the other thing with that as well is that not everybody is an introvert or an extrovert. People can be different things at different times, depending on how they're feeling and all sorts of things. I mean, there must be times, Zoe, when you don't want to be around people. It must be, what, one day a year or something?
More like 1 hour a day.
An hour a day. Well, there you go. So for an hour a day, you are an introvert. Sort of.
Yeah, I kind of hide in my room.
But that's mainly hiding from sensory stimulus of siblings.
The little one. Yeah. I wonder why we did that.
Can't imagine.
No, but see, I'm the same. I like talking to people. I like being around people, but I need breaks from people as well. And it's kind of, you know, I'm not the life and soul of the party, but I'm also not the person hiding in the corner as well.
We like to call it the social battery.
Yes. Very good phrase.
Okay, we got another one?
I think we're moving on.
Are all autistic people the same? I can tell you that one straight away from this household. No.
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 You don't look the same as Kieran even.
You've got more hair than me. That's for sure. You haven't got a big bald patch on the back of your head, have you?
Nope.
No.
That's not last time.
So why aren't all autistic people the same then?
Because like you said, we could be anyone, and just because we're autistic doesn't stop like diversity and
Nobody's the same.
personality change. I mean, for instance, my dad didn't like the Orbeez today, and I loved them. So did the toddler. But he didn't, and my mum didn't. So it's like difference of personality, sensory needs, and also taste.
Everybody is different.
Absolutely, and that's really such a good answer, because I talk about autistic identity a lot. So it's about claiming autism as a positive aspect of yourself, which I know you've done very, very successfully. That's really obvious of how positively you feel about yourself. But it's it's really important for people to understand that although all autistic people are different, that also we share commonalities as well, that we share the same neurology, we share our autism is the same, but we have different personalities on top of that, don't we? And it's so it's
I
kind
don't
of,
think of autism as a superpower.
is that what you think?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. For me, I don't know that it's a superpower because I'm just a person. You know, it doesn't make me special in any way. Although, you know, you're super amazing at maths, so that is kind of your superpower, and I'm terrible at maths. So there's a huge difference between us there as well. And my oldest son is amazing at maths as well, but I'm useless at it. So I can write quite well, but that's about it. But no, so I don't see it as a superpower. I just see it as being a different kind of normal.
Yeah. Next.
Cool. Next.
Meeny, miny. Oh. There's 2 left, so I couldn't resist doing that. Do all autistic people avoid eye contact? No, I do eye contact quite a lot. To be fair. Why are you putting these, by the way? Okay.
She's hiding them around the corner. So you do eye contact quite a lot.
But yeah,
Obviously.
When my mum did it the other day and stared at us and wanted to make eye contact,
I was like,
I actually made her uncomfortable.
So were you like super staring? So how does it feel when you make eye contact with people? Does it feel strange? Does it
Yeah,
just...
sometimes it feels strange. Sometimes when people like are angry, sometimes it kind of hurts.
Does it depend on who you're talking to as well?
It definitely depends on who I'm talking to.
Okay. And when is it different then? When does it not feel okay?
Because I give eye contact as a sign of respect. If I'm giving it to someone I hate or someone that is being mean to us, I don't really give them as much eye contact, or does it feel natural?
so people that you don't feel happy
comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So do you actually look at people's eyes, or do you look at a particular part of their face, or?
Sometimes I look at the floor when I can't do it, and I'm in like with my family and stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, you do give quite a lot of eye contact.
Yeah, sometimes I don't realise when I'm giving eye contact because I've kind of taught myself to do it automatically.
Ah, so that's a little bit of a different thing, isn't it? So I'm sure you have a question about masking in there somewhere, so we won't go into that just yet, because I know that's one of your kind of big topics, isn't it, that you like to learn about and like to talk about. But when I struggle with eye contact, actually. I don't make it as often as people think I do, because I quite often pick a spot on someone's face and kind of look there, and it's probably around their eyes. So for them, it wouldn't feel any different to me looking at them. But in actual fact, I'm not looking at them at all. It's usually kind of a spot on the end of their nose or something, which I'm then trying really hard not to point out to them as well.
That is totally me.
But for me, if people look into my eyes, it actually feels kind of icky, horrible.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
But when it's my children, when it's my family, even when it's my friends, it's kind of okay.
Yeah.
But when it's people I don't know or I don't feel comfortable with, and then it's kind of like, get out of my face, I don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
And do you think it's okay not to?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah?
In certain circumstances, yeah.
I think you should feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I think you should feel comfortable doing whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to look at people, it's okay. If you don't want to look at people, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because that's other people really kind of making decisions for you then, if you feel like you have to look at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last question.
Last question.
This one kind of doesn't make sense at all in my brain. Is autism caused by bad parenting?
I don't know. Do you have bad parents, and did they cause you to be autistic?
Yeah, sort of, but in a different kind of way.
No, when you're born, your brain is wired in a certain way called what we call autism. And basically, you can't change the way your brain is wired, and nothing can induce it. You can't catch it. You can't get it like put into your body. It's just naturally born.
Yeah, it's how you.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more with that. And do you think, why do people think some autistic people are caused by bad parenting then? Why do you think that happens?
Because some autistic people have bad parents.
They do. I mean, everybody could have bad parents, couldn't they?
Yeah, I can name someone I know.
Let's not.
No, let's not do that. Let's not name names. Time out. I haven't got a bleep facility here, so I need a big red button. No, we'll not name names, but yeah, I mean, obviously, some people have bad parents, some people have really good parents, and some people just have middle of the road kind of parents who just do their best. Oh, that's lovely. But I would hope that my children think that me and my wife are good parents. But I think
they do, when I met them in the fun station.
Yeah. I hope so. We get on, we laugh a lot, we love each other. But it's I think some professionals who don't really understand autism think that it can be causing bad behavior, because when school and thing is a struggle, and when life is a struggle generally, sometimes they don't understand why we're struggling, do they?
No, and I think sometimes it's difficult to like understand how autistic households work.
Yeah, because it looks very different, doesn't it?
Because
Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, if you were in my house today, you would have seen effectively 5 people who barely spoke to each other all day. And then for someone walking into that environment, it could look quite cold and distant, like we're just kind of letting them do what they want to do and not engaging with them and stuff like that. When in actual fact, if they'd come yesterday, they'd have seen 5 people who were like physically attached to each other all day long. So, and doing lots of things together.
Yeah, completely. And I think because it's obviously quite likely if you've got an autistic child that they may have autistic, at least a parent.
Yes.
And then they possibly had an autistic parent or relative that was undiagnosed. And I think you just sort of, you have a kind of different life.
Yeah. And you kind of naturally accept behaviours that from the outside looking in look a bit strange or look a bit, things like obviously meltdowns and things like that. Lots of professionals don't understand that they're not choices, that they're just reactions to something that's happened. And so it looks like if you're not dealing with your child's tantrum as they see it, then it could look like that you're just kind of letting them get away with stuff and things and not dealing with their behavior as they would view it and stuff. And that can make life really hard for some parents as well. And a lot of families are kind of under the cosh of people accusing them of having bad parents and things, and when in actual fact it's not the case at all.
You're quite more likely to be highlighted.
Yes.
As a family.
Flagged up. Yeah. Good question, Zoe. Was that the last one?
That was the last one of part 1 myths.
Fab.
Excellent. That was amazing. Right. So,
Fold
are we going to do this again, do you think?
I think so.
Definitely.
I think we should do this again. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a video out at the beginning of this week, and then we'll see if people like it. And if they like it, then I think we could do another one. And we may think about doing a live one, but that might be really quite dangerous. Because I'll definitely need a bleep machine then.
Bleep machine, I can control myself.
And that's if Zoom works doing a live one as well, because it might not work, because it didn't work for me yesterday when Kerry Highcock and I were trying to do a live video. So Zoom was failing us miserably yesterday. So
I've just refolded all of these because they were not folded.
Okay, make sure they're all neat and tidy. So Zoe has prepared about another, I don't know, how many more questions are there? There's like hundreds, aren't there?
1, 2,
These,
3.
because these are like 6
4.
or 7.
I'd say
About 50 questions?
30 odd now.
30 odd. Okay.
Maybe
So
40.
we will come back and we will do another video next week after you've seen this. So thank you very much to Nick and Zoe. And Zoe, thank you for all your hard work in preparing all this. I've literally had to sit here and do nothing, so that's been great for me. And it's been really lovely talking to you. So thank you very much, everybody. And I'm going to stop the recording now. So see you next week, everyone.
See you next week.